Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unreal Engine open world tutorial series. So today I'm going to create a procedural wall system like this. Now as you can see here, this wall vertically keeps adding elements to fill the gap below. So as you can see here, it keeps adding vertically elements. So when the wall is like this, it adds only two chunks vertically, and when the gap increases as I move it here, it increases the number of elements that it has to vertically add in order to fill the gap below the top of the wall. So this is the system I'm going to cover today. Alright, and as always, this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Right, so first I'll delete this one. Wait, that's not what I intend to do. Delete this and this. Alright, now let's add another spline point. So today I'm going to work on a wall. Let's say, yeah, let's go move this to a place like, not there. Well, let's make move it to a place like this, in a valley. Yeah, now let me place this properly. Okay, now as you can see, well, I need to I convert this to a wall. So yeah, I'll get rid of this third object, which is this one, and instead of that, let's use this SM planes wall object, this one. Okay, and I need it down, not up. So also I notice some overlappings, so I'll add a offset of NZ axis. Well, 500 is not enough. Minus 1000, still not enough. Well, scale, I think let's use 1. Okay, So if you are not familiar with this system, you can refer to the previous tutorials where I implemented this procedural roads and bridge system. I'll add another offset here, maybe 20, 50 inside. No, still there is a gap. 75. Okay, that would be alright. And yeah, now let's tweak the distance to fit them together. Okay, this is good enough. Right, now this is a wall. This looks like a wall, but the problem is we don't need a gap like this. It would be better if we can, well, let me manually do it and show you. It would be better if we can fill in the gap like this instead of leaving a gap. Better to have fill everywhere like this so that we can see it as a good wall, not just a bridge. So now how can I do that procedurally? Let's open the blueprint. This becomes a little messy. Right, now let's add another element to this procedural element structure. This is distance. Let's add another float variable. I'll call it vertical check distance. This should be a float, and by default I'll leave it as 0. Right, now in here, well, for the transform location, make it some space. Yeah, I'll add another element and a split. So this one, I need another temporary variable, but before that, yeah, here we can get the array element vertical check distance and multiply that with the integer. I'll promote that to a variable. I'll call it vertical index. Nothing is changed yet. Right, now here after this, let's do a branch. If this vertical check distance is larger than 0, I think instead of calling this as the vertical check, yeah, flow check would be better, but in that case it wouldn't make sense if I want to stack the walls up to some point. So therefore not larger than, I will check if that one is not equal to 0. Okay, if it is no, if it is equal to 0, if that's true, I can just go to the next step. Otherwise, I have to increment this vertical index and then do a line trace. Let's do it by channel, and the starting position would be this one, and the end would be this one plus this one. Only the set is what matters. Okay, if we get a hit, if this is false, I'll reconnect it here to add another instance. If this is true, I'll just continue. Now before doing this, in the next iteration, I need to make sure the well, actually here set vertical index to 0. Okay, now let's add vertical check distance to this one. Well, actually, I should connect it here, the next one. Now, I think I can run into some infinite loop conditions, so therefore, let's to be safe, let's add a condition like this: the maximum number of vertical index can go up is 5, and here I'll again set vertical index to 0. If this is hit, or if this number is larger than 5, larger, not smaller. I should continue, otherwise keep adding instances downward or upward until I hit the floor. Okay, now shall we add a vertical check distance to this one? I hope I won't run into any issues, so infinite loops this time. should be minus. Okay. So 200 is not enough. I think I should add something like minus 500. Alright. Yeah, now you can see, well, here we have a small issue. Maybe that's because of this tree. Yeah, other than that, it's alright. So you can see, as it needed, see, the object itself adjusts the amount of wall elements we need to add, and here it keeps adding the maximum amount. That's because this is already below the ground, so it won't hit. So therefore we have to make sure always the spline stays above the ground, otherwise it would be a problem. Yeah, that is okay now. Okay, so this is the final result. And I'll stop this episode at this point. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of my Patreon club. Link would be in the description below. And thanks for watching. So also you can download the project files of this project in the Patreon page. And thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.